Your gym does not want you to work out. I don't mean that in a conspiracy way. Nobody in a polo shirt is plotting against your fitness. I mean it mathematically. The version of you that shows up 5 times a week, costs the gym money, takes up a machine, uses the showers, and wears down the equipment. The version of you that pays every month and never walks in is pure profit. And the entire building, from the contract to the parking lot to the script the guy at the front desk uses, is quietly optimized for the second one. But here's what makes this genuinely interesting and not just annoying. The gym isn't lying to you. There's no hidden fee, no fine print trick, no villain. It's a business running the only model that actually works for the thing it sells, and once you see the shape of that model, a whole bunch of weird stuff suddenly makes sense. Why memberships are so cheap? Why January looks like a music festival? Why canceling feels like trying to leave a building through a window? And by the end of this, I'm going to show you one number that explains the entire industry. And it has nothing to do with fitness. Start with the room. A typical big box gym in the United States sells somewhere around 6,000 memberships. The building itself, the floor space, the machines, the parking, comfortably holds about 300 people at once. 300. 6,000 members, 300 spots. That is a 20-to-1 ratio, and it is not an accident. And it is not a company that got its math wrong. It's the plan. Nobody built that gym expecting 6,000 people to walk through the door. Because if they did, the gym breaks immediately. Picture it. Every treadmill taken, a line at every squat rack, 40 minutes to get a bench, showers running out of hot water by 7 in the morning. You would quit inside a month, and so would everybody else. And the gym would have spent a fortune on equipment to serve a crowd that left. A gym that everyone actually used would need 10 times the building for the same money coming in. It cannot exist at $29 a month. It cannot exist at any price a normal person would pay. So gyms sell a thing that only works if most people don't use it. That's not unusual, by the way. Insurance works that way. Buffets work that way. Airlines overbook flights on exactly this logic. The gym version just feels more personal because the thing you're failing to use isn't a seat, it's a promise you made to yourself. Now, let's put actual numbers on it, because this is where it clicks. Say a gym has 6,000 members paying $40 a month. That's $240,000 coming in every month. Now split those members into 2 groups. The regulars, the people who come 3 or more times a week, are usually somewhere around 15 to 20% of the list. Call it 1,000 people. Those 1,000 are the ones using the machines, using the towels, using the staff's time, breaking the treadmills. They're the reason the gym has a repair budget, and a cleaning crew, and a water bill. The other 5,000 members pay $200,000 a month and cost the gym almost nothing. No wear, no crowding, no hot water, just the card charge going through on the same day every month, quietly forever. Which means the gym's rent, its equipment, its staff, its whole existence is being paid for by people who are not there. The regulars aren't the customers. The regulars are what the money gets spent on. The ghosts are the customers. That's the idea I want you to walk away with, and it has a name that fits it. Call it the ghost margin. In any business where you pay for access instead of paying per use, the profit lives in the gap between what people bought and what people actually used. Your gym, your streaming bundle, your annual pass to a place you visit once, your phone plan with the data you never touch. The ghost margin is the part of the price that exists purely because someone overestimated their future self. And once you know a business runs on the ghost margin, you can predict almost everything it does. Watch what happens to the price. You would think a gym would want to charge as much as it can, but a high price does something dangerous. It filters. If a gym charges $150 a month, the only people who sign up are people who are genuinely, seriously going to use it, because nobody casually spends $150 a month on a maybe. You'd end up with 2,000 members who all show up. That's a nightmare. Packed floor, high costs, and a smaller total. Drop the price to $15 or $20 and something completely different happens. Now it's cheap enough to be an impulse. It's cheap enough to be a hope. It's cheap enough that forgetting about it doesn't hurt enough to make you cancel. $20 a month is the price of a mild, ongoing sense of guilt, and a lot of people will pay that for years. The low price isn't generosity, and it isn't a loss leader. It's a filter set deliberately loose. tuned to catch the largest possible number of people who are optimistic about themselves. This is also exactly why January is such a spectacle. A gym's marketing spend is not really about fitness. It's about the moment when the highest number of people are most optimistic about their own future behavior. The first week of January is the single greatest concentration of that optimism in the calendar year. It's harvest season. Sign up now, no enrollment fee, first month free, and the gym knows with genuinely spooky accuracy roughly when you'll stop coming. The drop-off starts in the third week of January, and by about the middle of February, the floor is back to normal. Everyone in the industry knows this. Some of them call it the February cliff. The building empties out and the money doesn't. Which is also why at exactly that moment, the gym would very much like you to sign something 12 months long. Watch the offers that show up in January. Pay for the year up front and get 2 months free. Lock in founding member pricing. Sign the annual and we'll waive the enrollment fee. Every one of those is the same move, and the move is timing. You are being asked to make a decision on behalf of a future version of yourself. At the exact hour of the exact week of the exact year when you have the most confidence in that person and the least evidence about them. If the gym asked you to commit to 12 months in late February standing in your kitchen, you would laugh. In January, in a lobby with a whiteboard behind the desk, it feels like proof that you're serious. The contract isn't there to trap you. It's there to capture your optimism before it expires, which brings us to the part everybody has a story about. Canceling. You signed up in 90 seconds on your phone, standing in the lobby with a guy scanning your ID. But to cancel, suddenly you need to come in during business hours or speak to a manager who is somehow never there, or in some places mail a physical letter on paper, in an envelope, with a stamp like it's 1994. And when you do get someone on the line, they don't argue, they offer. 3 months paused. A cheaper tier? A free personal training session. That friction is not incompetence and it's not spite. It's the single highest value activity in the building. Think about it in dollars. If a member pays $40 a month and a bit of friction keeps them for 4 extra months, that's $160 from a person who is not using anything, who costs nothing to serve. Compare that to acquiring a brand new member, which means advertising, a promotion, a discounted first month, and a salesperson's time. It can easily cost a gym $100 or more to sign one person up. So a front desk that makes canceling take 1 extra visit is not customer service failing. It is the most profitable machine in the entire company, and it doesn't cost anything to run. Now here's the flip side, and this is the part that surprises people. All of this makes the gym one of the single best deals available to you on the condition that you are one of the annoying ones who actually shows up. Look at the same numbers from the other direction. 5,000 people who don't come are paying for a building full of equipment that would cost you tens of thousands of dollars to buy in a room that is heated and cleaned and repaired by somebody else with hot water in a parking lot for the price of about 2 coffees a week. You're not being ripped off. You're being subsidized. Every ghost on that member list is chipping in for your squat rack. That's the honest version of the whole thing, and it's stranger than the outrage version. The gym isn't your enemy. It's a business that makes a specific bet about human behavior, and the bet is that most people will buy access to a better version of themselves and then not use it. The bet is right often enough to build an industry on. The equipment is real, the price is real, the door is unlocked, and the only variable that decides whether the deal is terrible or incredible is whether you walk through it. So go back to the room. 6,000 names on a list, 300 spots on the floor. When I said your gym doesn't want you to work out, that was only half true. The truth is smaller and weirder than that. Your gym doesn't have an opinion about whether you work out. It has already been paid either way. But the moment you walk in the door, something quietly flips. You stop being the person funding the building, and you become the person the building is being funded for. Same $40, same card charge. Completely different transaction. The gym made its bet on which one you'd be. You're the only one who gets to settle it.